if you're a really down-to-earth guy, like me, for instance, this is especially all true for you, the international dating thing. Is actually the best for you, because if you're down to earth in America, a lot of women find you boring because they like drama. It's like if you're too much of a nice guy, it seems, you're just not interesting or exciting. And so unfortunately, most women in our culture don't like that. But if the thing is, if you go overseas, I mean, the women are naturally down to earth, so it's so easy to connect with them conversationally and socially. And here's another secret, I mean, that I found out, which is that it's nearly impossible today in modern America to find, a beautiful woman that's down to earth, that, especially if she grew up here. In the 60s and 70s, you could find that, and you can see that in the TV shows of that era. So that was normal. You could be a beautiful woman and kind and sweet and down to earth in the 1960s and 70s and before that too. But in modern America, that's virtually impossible to find. But I swear, if you go to Russia or Ukraine or Eastern Europe, or probably a lot of other countries, a beautiful woman that's down to earth is everywhere. That's very common, I swear. If you go there, you'll see what I mean, and it's like incredible, because what's almost impossible to find here is everywhere there. And if you're a down-to-earth guy, you'll love this, because you can connect with women on the same level, on the same wavelength, whereas you can't do that here, because our culture is, dysfunctional, in a state of moral decay, and the women, are more spoiled with a bad attitude toward men, and they're not down to earth anymore. Even our young generation is not down to earth. Whereas you go to Europe or Russia, you can meet young women and young people in general that are down to earth and mature. They like to talk about intellectual topics, like me. I like talking about intellectual topics. I'm a writer, and I'm kind of a deep guy, and that vibes well with Russia and Eastern Europe, because people are also very deep and authentic there, and they don't give you a fake smile there or act plastic. And so it's so much more natural and smooth for me to connect with them there, even just on a basic social level. It just, because they're like me, they're deep, authentic, and down to earth, and that's very hard to find in America. In America, the only people that are down to earth are going to be like older people or senior citizens, and people don't draw this distinction, where young people are not very down to earth, but the old people, the senior citizens group, is very down to earth in America. So, but most people don't draw that distinction. They just say people are friendly in America. They, because it's the polite thing to say, but they don't make these distinctions. And I think people should make these distinctions because it's more specific. And so that's another big secret. You can find women with beauty and brains everywhere in Russia and Ukraine, who are mature and down to earth, and that's virtually impossible to find in America. It's very rare, and even if you find it in America, most likely the girl's going to be taken or too young. So it's like in America, there's so many factors against you, and this is a big secret. I wish it would get out more to help so many lonely guys, there are so many lonely guys suffering in America in silence, and they're getting depressed, and they might go crazy and violent, and they need to hear this message. It's important, and nobody, especially our media, is not getting this message out to them, and this hope. There's so many big secrets, like I mentioned.
Are you interested in meeting the love of your life? A woman with traditional values?
Check out our website at angelsofpassion.com.
If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Then click on the notice bell to get notified every time we add something new.